everybody, and welcome to the third episode in Fallout 4 ASMR. In this one, we're going to be meeting everybody's least favorite characters in the game, Preston Garvey and his band of fools. But before I get into it, I want to wish everybody a good day or a good night, whenever or wherever you may be. I hope it's going well for you. And for those of you who, I don't think I've actually mentioned it prior, but I'm currently working on a couple larger projects in the background, so be on the lookout for those whenever they get wrapped up. But I don't want to just leave you guys in like a content drought. So we're back with some Fallout 3 or Fallout 4. Since this game is like, you know, more or less crack cocaine, designed to be addictive. Yeah, let's not go over that. Let's focus on the goal of going to Concord and meeting the bunch of freeloaders who just kind of established themselves in your old neighborhood without even consulting you about it. Truly a bunch of assholes, really. I don't like them at all. I was thinking a little while ago to bring back some Minecraft and play on beta 1.7.3. So if that would interest anybody, please make sure to let me know in the comments if they want to see a new world on Minecraft beta 1.7.3. Mainly because I don't really jive with the new versions of Minecraft. There's just kind of like a little too much going on with those, you know what I mean? I also just realized I kind of left Skyrim out to dry. Like I completely forgot about the Stones of Baron Zaya series, and I apologize for that. Don't get the fuck away from me, dude. I'm trying to say something. But I apologize for that, and I will get right back to that series of informational videos very soon. Pretty much as soon as my hard drive space is freed up from this other project that I'm working on. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't hate dog meat, but like I don't want to like have a dog following me around all the time. Like it's wicked contrived. How do I get rid of you, dude? I don't want to deal with you. Go back to Sanctuary, please. Normally, I disable dog meat and then spawn him to get to Fort Hagen, and that's literally it. Mainly because I just hate the fact how the game shoves dog meat down your throat. Like, they like, it's like Bethesda doesn't even trust you to, like, make a decision as to whether or not you want to even deal with this dog. Like, it's perfectly, plausible in Fallout 3 even, that you would ignore dog meat in the junkyard. Like, you could just do that, and it, wasn't a big deal. But I'm fairly certain nobody came here to hear me complain about Fallout 4. Although, don't get me wrong, I will be doing a lot of that. I think dog meat can probably handle these guys pretty well. Sorry about that, there was a mosquito in my room. There's an enemy somewhere over here. Dog. Okay. I think dog can go handle that then. I'm gonna go loot the corpses. I think mole rat meat isn't really that valuable. so I'm not gonna mess with it. Yeah, it's not. I mean, actually, I could use the mole rat hide, I think, because I need the leather, if I remember correctly. I need the leather for some armor upgrades, etc., etc. But in the meantime, let's just kind of tear this place apart, look for all the valuables, and take them for myself, man. All for me. I am pretty sure Trash Can Carla, the miscellaneous item vendor, will still show up at your settlement, even though there's nobody except you living there. Which is kind of weird, but you know, I'm glad she does it, because that means I can offload some of these goods before I find Drumlin Diner, which is a little further down the road toward good old Diamond City. Here we go. Not really much of anything we need out of that. Now, normally I don't read these terminals at all. I've read them like a few times already and they kind of get old, but for you guys, I'll read them, you know, it's no big deal. So we got business entries right here. New equipment installed. Took some wrangling with the head office, but we finally got all the tools we need to machine our own parts. No more having to pay for Corvega factory parts the next time they change the spec on a damn fastener. Just take one we got and trim the excess down until it fits. Okay. Rosa Restoration. That Rosa widow in Sanctuary Hills is restoring an old classic Corvega with her son. Nice woman. Pretty. Kid seems like kind of a brat, but I guess that's the point of her doing this project with him. Anyway, she's been doing a hell of a job. I was amazed at how much her and the kid have been able to do on their own. The only reason she even came to me is because the engine is out of her depth. I'm sure we can help her out. Safe storage. Jim, take care of these barrels before you leave tonight. Inspectors are coming first thing in the morning. Just hide them out with the others. We'll figure out a long-term solution later. Hey, if nature's going to favor us with a cave right below the shop, who am I to argue? Alright. Sounds like there's a cave somewhere around here with a bunch of stuff in it. Probably a bunch of radioactive stuff, but what can you do? So here we have the October service logs. Friday, October 1st. Replace the brakes in a 2075 Fusion Flea Supreme. Now the Fusion Fleas are those little three-wheeled clown cars. They're pretty cool. Wednesday, October 6th. Monthly service on the Vault-Tec van. No major issues with the vehicle, but that rep is an uppity asshole. I can definitely agree, I did not like talking to him. Thursday, October 14th. Began work on a late model motorcycle, pre-atomic. What seemed to be simply a sticky throttle turned out to be a more serious issue with the cables. They're almost all completely degraded. We'll replace with platinum parts. Platinum cables, that's not, I don't know, maybe that's, I don't think that's legit. Monday, October 18th. Coolant leak in one of those new 2077 Corvega coupes. A bubble top. They don't make them like they used to. Now, one important thing to keep in mind is that all cars in Fallout, or most of them, are like atomic. So they're just leaking coolant water, you know, everywhere. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, because a lot of plants just use regular harbor water for coolant water, but still, it's not that, I don't know, doesn't seem safe. Replace the atomic alternator in a 2073 Corvega. Okay, no comment. No comment on that, dude. I wouldn't even begin to know how that would start to work. Atomic alternator. Like, the whole point of an atomic, or a nuclear reactor is to produce electricity, first and foremost. And that's normally done by, using the energy to heat up a, oh, some tools. Nice. To heat up water that boils into steam and then powers a turbine, like a regular gas or oil turbine. And that rotational energy is harnessed into a drive shaft of some description, which is then used to power a propeller or a power generator of some description, you know. So the entire purpose of a alternator is to convert the rotational power of a motor into electricity. So all I'm saying is that it's not really an alternator on a atomic motor, because that would be that's like, there's nothing to like, well fuck it, whatever, maybe a generator is probably the better term for it. I'm not gonna like go crazy about it, you know, whatever, dude. Let it go, you know. But this is the nuclear dump site, I guess. This appears to be where the employees up there just kind of dropped everything and decided it'd be a good place to just kind of leave it, which is alright, I guess, you know, whatever, power to you. One thing that bugs me about this game is the Pip-Boy light. You can't have a separate Pip-Boy light color than the than your Pip-Boy screen color. So whatever color your Pip-Boy screen is, that's the color of your Pip-Boy light. So by default, you've got that nice green Pip-Boy, right? That everybody loves, but you have to deal with the green Pip-Boy light, which is pretty grody. Like, it's just kind of a gross color, and it's relatively harsh on the eyes, if I'm honest. I'm not really the biggest fan of it. Oh, it's a hot area right here. Trash Busters Award. Mr. Benson, on behalf of the Boston Regional Office, I would like to congratulate you and your team on winning the 2076 Trash Busters Award for the greatest year-to-year waste reduction by a single store. Respect for the environment is an integral part of our corporate image, and we appreciate your innovative efforts in this regard. Yeah, very cool. Let's get the hell out of here and head off to Concord so I can complain about Preston Garvey and how wicked annoying he is. What we're gonna do when I get to Concord is we're gonna like go and deal with the raiders first, and then loot everything in Concord afterward. Go through the place systematically, and I remember, hold on, not to like interrupt myself, but I remember blood bugs to be shockingly difficult to kill. Yeah, they are. But we're gonna go through this systematically afterward and retrieve any bit of loot that we can afterward. Now, coming from somebody who's never actually been to conquered. I've only really read about it in history books and all that. I have my doubts they did like a great job modeling the town, to be honest with you. Mainly due to how bad they messed up Boston. You know, like out of all the places in Fallout 4 to get the feel of correct, they really just dropped the ball with Boston. Like the whole South End is gone. Like Duxbury's not there, and Jamaica Plain's all fucked up. There's no South Station. There's none of the prominent museums of Boston are still there. Or any of the hospitals for that in that respect. The T, like, you know, the subway system, that's gone. There's no subways, which is weird. Or at least I should say there's no like wicked, like you can't go through the subway tunnels like Fallout 3. I know a lot of people had a bone to pick with that in Fallout 3, but admittedly it made sense. You know, if you got a metro system, you know, it might not be you know, completely destroyed, so why discount it? Oh, this guy. Shit. Dude, what the fuck? And I'm stuck. I look like such a Poindexter. Oops. Alright, they're shooting at me. I also don't like how they changed the loot system in Fallout 4. I prefer to have time to loot bodies. You know, like have time stop and, you know, you're able to actually loot the bodies properly without having to worry. What the that's great collision. That's grade A collision mesh right there. Thanks for making me waste like 4 bullets. Okay. Dude, they just did not give a shit when they modeled the collision on some of these. Like at all. Sprint, dude. Okay. I like how none of those actually hit the guy. That's wonderful. I'm so happy about that. I'm not pissed at all because of the poor collision meshing or anything like that. I'm just incredibly pleased with how that firefight turned out. I love when people say, "Oh yeah, the gunplay in Fallout 4 is so much better than it used to be, dude." It feels so much better. You know, like that. Oh, that's great. You know, when you fire from the hip, the crosshairs like completely covering the enemy. Like every single shot misses. That's a Fallout 4 classic, dude. Or even better, when somebody's coming at you directly and you try and aim down at them. Yeah, that doesn't work either. So get fucked, buddy. Man, I love this game. I love this game so much, man. You know, Bethesda couldn't fucking figure out how to make guns work, so they had to pay id Software to do it. You know, of Doom fame, and this is the mess they cooked up. It's still shit. Where instead of the recoil not being like present in the game, it's miserably bad, and it just feels janky. Man, oh man. Like it still amazes me how id Software did this, because I've played, you know, Doom 2016, played you know, Rage. Rage is a phenomenal, well, it's not a good game. Alright, let's not go that far. But Rage, Rage is a great, dude shooter. Essentially, if you just want to, like, go out and, shoot some dudes, Rage is your game. It's got a wonderfully responsive and detailed damage model for the enemies. You know, people respond in a fairly realistic manner when you shoot them. You know, they stumble, they take localized damage to the body. Like, if I shot this guy in the leg, right, in Rage, he'd probably fucking fall over, like, directly. But, you know, probably get up and try and keep going at me with a limp. Fallout 4 just doesn't do that. Or at least they try to, and they fuck up. Like, I just don't find the gunplay to be particularly good. When people say it's better than Fallout 3, that's like saying, eating a rotten egg is better than starving to death. Yeah, dude, no shit. None of that worked. Truly unfortunate. Could have ended the game early because of that, but nope. Alright, so with all the raiders cleared out, guess what? We're gonna take as long as physically possible to go and help Preston Garvey. Because I really don't care about that guy at all. And I need to find, you know, more 10mm ammunition. So that's kind of what I'm gonna do. So let's start out by, running back to where we started the whole ordeal. When we first got into Concord. And, just kind of take a look around, take our time, loot the place. I really don't like Preston Garvey. The guy is ridiculously annoying. Completely selfish. Just a real bum-ass dude. You know what I mean? He's just a real loser. You know? I don't like dealing with him. At all. Like, the fact that you come up to him missing an entire kid, missing your, you know, you lost your kid. He was kidnapped, stolen from you. And this guy's like, oh, well, but this settlement needs our help. I can't do anything for you until then. Like, I feel for you and shit, but, like, you know, your kid isn't more important than yada yada. Dude, to any parent, it doesn't matter, like, how important you think that fucking dirt farmer settlement is. They won't care, dude. It's their kid. And the fact that you, like, deny them, you know, to go look for the kid, or deny them the help to go look for their kid, even, like, information, without, like, offering them a place to stay or anything like that. Like, it's just ridiculous the way this guy treats you. What's even more ridiculous is the fact that he will simply move into Sanctuary Hills without even consulting you about it. You know? Like, guess what, buddy? Sanctuary's not exactly free real estate anymore. I fucking live there. And, like, do you think I really want to have at least half a dozen completely useless squatters on my land right now? Absolutely not. It's bad enough I gotta take care of that fucking robot. Now I gotta take care of these children, you know? I really don't like the Minutemen at all. I really... Okay, time to mark that on my map. Oh yeah. You know what's great? I have to wait until I'm level... Where is it? to come back in one level. Which I think I can wait. That's not terrible. Local map. There we are. Map marker set. But I really genuinely detest Preston Garvey. I wish he wasn't an essential NPC. Otherwise he'd be 6 feet under, dude. I hate him. Like, genuinely, I hate the guy. He's irredeemably annoying, for one thing. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna circle around the whole town and then come back for the town center. But he's just a bogus dude, man. Workhouse, okay. I remember this place having a little bit of, you need like to jump around a little bit in here from what I remember. One thing I appreciate about very hard difficulty is that Bethesda lured you in with this false sense of security with the mole rats and shit. It's like, oh, that they're still like a one shot, you know what I mean? And then you find actual people and they're just like bullet sponges. I love it. Okay, let's try and make our way around this. Okay. That's enough of that. I'm doing it the right way there. I'm trying to walk in interiors as much as possible to keep things on a relaxing level for you guys, but sometimes my patience gets tested. And I fold every time. One thing I do appreciate about Fallout 4 is the improved level of graphical fidelity that was brought to the table. Like it can be a really nice looking game sometimes. Sometimes. You know, not all the time. Other times it's just like wicked janky looking, and that's a lot of the times that's due to the fault of the art direction. Like Fallout 3, Fallout 1 through New Vegas all had a very distinct visual style, and then Fallout 4 kind of comes along and goes in the I would say the opposite direction. Goes for a more happy-go-lucky, whimsical style. And one thing I heard people say, right, is Fallout is a retro futuristic game. That is to say, it is to represent the future that the people in the 1950s envisioned, right? But Fallout 4 is a 1950s styled future, if that makes any sense. It's like, how do I put it? Yeah, it's all valuable enough to take. No notes or anything about this, which is a little unfortunate, because it looks like there's a whole story going on there. Like, you gotta respect Bethesda for their environmental storytelling, but sometimes I just, I like reading too, you know? So it's up on the roof. But yeah, this Fallout 4 is like a future styled after the 1950s, if that makes any sense. It's not like the future that the people from the 1950s pictured. It's what we would picture the 1950s would be like in the future. Hope that clarifies things. shit up here, is there? Let's see what's down here, I guess. Seems like the logical choice. Well, oops, looks like there's literally nothing up there. So let's take a little jog up and around, clear out the outskirts of Concord, and then move on in to the real meat and potatoes of everything. Oh, there's a house right there we can invade. Nothing. It's nice to have this little pocket park, or whatever you want to call it, right there. That's nice for the kids. There we go. Already worth a while. We're a little bit low on stim packs, but trust me, stim packs are not hard to come by in this game. At all. You have to be monumentally bad at the game, like worse than me, to run out of stim packs, I'd say. Yeah, pipe pistols are generally not worth anything. Like, they're not even worth picking up. They do, like, no damage. And, I mean, even the, yeah, so what if the ammo is, like, wicked common, right? They do, like I said, they just don't do enough damage to make up for that. Even as like a backup weapon, I don't find them useful. Like, even if you trick them out with modifications, they're just not that valuable, not that useful to you as a individual. Let's check out that house on the hill, I think. Wrap around and take a look at it. See if we can break into any of these bad boys. Get some money. Apparently not, but we do actually have a very nice view of the Commonwealth up here. Let's just see here. Display. Opacity. Yeah, crank that all the way down. And there we are. Every frame a picture, as they say. But in the distance you can see the Lexington, for one thing. You can see the Corvega factory in the immediate, or the first layer in the background, and then further on you can see the actual Boston skyline with the Mass Fusion building and the Trinity Tower, and so on. They really did Boston dirty in this game, dude. It pisses me off to this day. Like, what? Even though I never lived in Boston, right? I visited a lot when I was younger, and my father still works up in Boston, you know. And if I move back home, that's probably where I'm gonna be moving or working as well. I'll be working in Boston, and I know my way around just like a little bit and shit. But like, dude, they didn't even mention like the duck boats or anything like that. And I don't mean those swan boats in the Boston Commons. Like, yeah, sure, that's iconic, but like, you know, you go to Boston, you go near the bay or the Charles River, you're gonna be seeing those corny ass duck boats. You know, the leftovers from the Second World War that really are unsafe at any speed. Taking tourists out to most definitely drown. Not to be grim, but those things are genuinely death traps. You could not pay me to get on one. They're not safe. But they're a staple of Boston, the duck doors. You know, the Zachem Bridge, TD Garden, that's all gone. There's not even like one mention of ice hockey in the game, which is insane. Like, you're gonna tell me We're in Massachusetts, home of the Boston Bruins, and there is not a single mention of ice hockey ever, anywhere. Why? How? And the sad part is Bethesda sent people to live in Boston for like a year before the game to like get a feel for the place, and they still fucked it all up, dude. They still fucked it up, dude. Like, apparently they think like all the restaurants had to be Italian or some stupid shit like that. There's a lot more than just Italian food in Boston, dude. Like great Portuguese food, killer Portuguese food, Dominican food, dude. Like just everything. Greek, you know, Jewish food. Fuck, dude. I'd kill for some lox right now, you know, I really would. And the hell's going on over here? I'm just gonna barge in. This looks crazy. What do you... Okay.
What's going on here?
Get me out of the conversation. I know what I want to do. Hey, buddy. Goodbye. Yeah, I don't like synths. There we go. I genuinely did, you know, I think synths are poorly done in the game overall. Like, they could have done so much with synths. It's just another one of those things where it's like, you look at it and it's like, wow, this is a really interesting idea, but they just blew up the entire concept. You know, being inconsistent with whether or not synths need to eat. Synths need to eat or sleep. You know, what they use them for, what the purpose of them is. The fact that the Institute's written like a bunch of idiots who can't accept that a bunch of clearly sentient robots are clearly sentient, despite them explicitly being programmed to be sentient. It just... I don't know, they could have been really well done. It could have been like a real Blade Runner deal, but, you know, here we are, talking about would-haves or could-haves, you know? By the way, those preservation shelters do not work at all. But back to synths, it's just like, well, going from the other side in the speakeasy. Even a simple question, right? A very simple question, like how do they get the memories for the synths? How do they extract memories for the synths? Becomes a nightmare because Bethesda didn't do like a, didn't draft a document, which they are famous for not doing. In the words of the incompetent oaf himself, what's his name? How am I blanking on this guy's name? I rage about him every day. The guy who wrote the Dark Brotherhood quest, you know what I mean? Emil Pagliarillo. This absolute fucking matzo ball of a person. Doesn't do, you know, design documents or anything like that. He won't write like a treatment for a video game so he can keep his facts straight. He'll just wing it. He's famous for saying, we don't want to be beholden to a document that was written 20 years ago that was in reference to the Fallout Bible. Essentially the, you know, lore document for Fallout. And it's like they can't even keep basic facts straight, like always jet a pre-war drug or a post-war drug. When was the T-61 power armor like launched? How come there's Enclave power armor in pre-war areas? Just really, like, basic, simple things. So it really shouldn't be a surprise when they completely drop the ball on the hard-hitting parts of the lore. Like, for example, do ghouls need to sleep and eat? If you go by a kid in a fridge, they don't. But if you go by like almost every other ghoul in the game, yeah, they do. Or at least they think they do. They definitely get hungry. And most certainly, like, they can't be locked in a fridge for 200 years. I don't know, man. It just... Bethesda did a number on this game, man. They really did. They fucking... Is it fun? Alright, let's start with the basic questions about Fallout 4. Is it a fun game? Kind of. Do I have fun playing it? Not really. The reason I play Fallout 4 is, like I said, it's like an ADD medication. It's like literally I play the game because it's a time sink, you know? It's a dad game, you know what I mean? You get an hour after work to play a video game, so Fallout 4 is gonna be it. And you don't have time to think critically about the game or anything like that, you know, because you're not a fucking loser like me. You've got like a life outside of computers, right? So you don't care about the hard-hitting questions in lore. You'll just play the game, right? It doesn't matter. That's kind of the issue. Bethesda shifted the target market, I'd say. Even though I'd say prior to this, I mean, dads played pretty in-depth and comprehensive games. Like, plenty of dads played CRPGs, you know, complicated, deep CRPGs, like, you know, the original Fallouts for one, or, what's that one, of Might and, it was that steampunk one, that really complicated steampunk, RPG. That was an old one people played. Even like, fucking Baldur's Gate, dude. You know, or, you know, not an RPG at all, but like Riven, Myst. Those were fairly complicated and in-depth puzzle games, you know, that you needed to like think about, you know, when you're playing it. They weren't just like mindless entertainment like Fallout 4 is supposed to be. So saying it's supposed to be a dad game, I feel like is a bit of a cop-out, you know. It's like when people say it's only a kid's movie. It's like you're saying that as if kids don't need, you know, quality entertainment as well. That's not like brain rot. You know, we've given our kids brain rot content these last couple generations, right? And look how well that's working out. You know, it isn't. Gen Alpha and Gen Z have been getting like unmitigated brain rot, you know, on the internet for, you know, a couple decades really at this point. And look how well that's turned out for them. You know, we're all fucked up, man. So saying, oh, it's just made for kids it's not an excuse, man. In all honesty, if it's media made specifically for kids, I feel like it should be held to a higher standard. I've got some mic connects here, by the way. This hardware store is going to be a gold mine. Preston Garvey's getting his ass kicked in there. But yeah, like I was saying, I feel like children's media should actually be held to a higher standard than, at the bare minimum, a higher standard than what we're used to like accepting. Because consume absolute brain rot garbage day in, day out, that's what they're gonna give back, you know, to the world. They're gonna be brain rot garbage kids. And we're seeing that, you know, Gen Alpha can't read. Even Gen Z had literacy problems, but not like Gen Alpha. Because they're just being raised by an iPad playing Skibbity Toilet for like 12 hours and it's miserable. You know, just I don't know, man. It doesn't track, man. Like, once you start lowering standards for children's media, like the media that should be teaching our kids how to better themselves, you know, in the world. The second you go, oh, it's just supposed to keep them occupied while mommy like goes on a Xanax bender because she's had a stressful day. That's the minute you like give up on your kid's future completely. Like, you hand them over to the iPad and the iPad conditions them in the wrong way. Like, yo, you fucked up as a parent, bro. Big time. No getting around that. Like, you just failed your kid probably for life, dog. For life. Have fun living with that, you know. Like, just have fun, bro. Shit kills me, dude. Like, my favorite thing, there was an article about a 3-year-old who accidentally ordered 31 cheeseburgers off Uber Eats. Like, for one thing, get your kid off your phone. Like, 100%. The kid should not be on the phone. I don't care if he's looking at himself in the photo app. Like, don't even, bro. Give him a fucking mirror. Alright? He does not need a phone at 3. Give him a fucking book. Have him read, I don't know, The Hungry Caterpillar or some shit, dude. For another thing, like, you just toss your kid a phone and, like, leave him unsupervised with it. That's a big no-no, man. Especially when they're young. That's when you kind of have to be a helicopter parent. You know? That's when you have to be on top of them about what they're doing and shit. That's when they're the most impressionable. That's when they form these deep ideas and morals for the rest of their life. When they're young, right? And if you just let them kind of like go wild at that point, they become little monsters, and you're to blame as a parent. Kind of no getting around that one. Oopsie daisy, you know what I mean? Like, it's a big oops on your part, dude. Not to tell you how to parent your kids, but I'm telling you how to parent your kids. And rule number 1 is don't give them a fucking iPad. Alright? I don't care if the school gives him a laptop, you blast that shit, dude. You smash the school's laptop. Am I right or am I right? Personally, I think a great example of children's media being held to a higher standard was classic Sesame Street and Mr. Rogers. Mr. Rogers and Sesame Street were like the big ones. They tried. They tried so hard. Jim Henson and Mr. Rogers, they did wonders in trying to teach kids to be the best versions of themselves and to properly deal with their emotions and process life in a healthy way. As you can tell, I was a Teletubbies kid, so here I am, a fucked up, mediocre adult, because I watched Teletubbies instead of Mr. Rogers when I was a kid, man. That's how quickly your life can go upside down, right? You watch the wrong shit when you're a kid, and boom, congratulations, you're retarded. That's permanent too, by the way. Have fun. Like, you gotta love it, man. That's how sensitive kids are to, like, the media they consume. Did I step on something? watch Teletubbies, they become retarded. Not to diss Teletubbies, I'm not at all. I think that's probably one of the better shows, like, for your kid to watch when they're wicked young. From what I remember, it helps with social development, but I don't remember the science behind it, like, at all. You really? Oh, that's great. I'm really appreciative of how the collision is. Alright. Ah, God. Another thing I absolutely hate about Fallout 4 is the perk selection. They're all mad boring, dude. The perks are just not unique in any way. They're dull. Like Fallout 3. Fallout 3 had the same problem. Like the same issue. And New Vegas a little bit too. Not a lot, but a little bit. Like, you just have these absolute trash filler perks, right? Like, add +10 to gun skill, or in this case, just allow you to pick a different level of lock. Like, that's such a waste of a perk point. Like, think of all the other interesting shit that you could have, done with that perk point, and now realize you just wasted a level just to, not get better at killing things, but to be able to pick a different level of lock. It's a little bit silly. I also forgot to go in the civic access. Oopsie. I'll do that now and leave Preston Garvey to his fate. But like, Fallout New Vegas kinda did the same thing, but it got away with it in a way, where you had the different weapon damage perks like Cowboy and Grunt, stuff like that. But the thing was, you could raise your damage regardless by improving your gun skill. You know what I mean? Like the skill level, right? So what you could do is raise your gun skill by a certain amount of points, get more damage, and then for roleplay reasons, select Cowboy or Grunt, because that's what your character uses all the time, or because he's like, you know, an ex-military guy, some shit like that. Fallout 3 really fucked it up by having perks that just straight up only increased your skills, right? That was just so boring as a perk. And Fallout 3 had a lot of boring ass perks like that, but Fallout 4 is lousy with them. Like, for example, Rifleman, Gunslinger, miserable. Locksmith, miserable. Hacker, miserable. Gun Nut, ridiculously miserable. Armorer, miserable. Blacksmith, miserable. All these mods, like Heavy Gunner, miserable. Like, literally all of those perks should have been handled by skills. You know, there's no reason to waste an entire perk on just being able to do 20% more damage with, you know, XYZ, like an entire family of guns, right? Like one-handed guns. Now do that amount more damage. You could have just had a skill for that, you know, you could have just bumped your skill level up, right? Or waste an entire perk point for being able to hack something, or being able to, like, being able to get into another level of building. Like, that's so stupid. And it's a waste of a perk. It's boring. You don't feel like you've measurably improved at all. You feel like you've had to, like, work around a handicap the game developers gave you. A mental handicap. Like, and it also should not be level locked to be able to pick master locks or anything like that. That's so stupid. Like, if I want to rush being able to pick master locks, man, I should, that, you know, power to me, I should be able to. Like, that shouldn't even be a question, dude. Like, why? Like, why you gotta do me like that? Okay, that's gonna be a problem. These mirelurks are most definitely gonna be a problem. Really, I can't... What? Like, I can't shoot those off. Okay. But they're just dead perks, you know what I mean? They just don't do shit. Don't do shit for you, don't do anything. It may sound like I really hate this game, but, I mean, I do. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I really do have a bone to pick with this game. And probably the only reason I play it is because it's a Fallout game. That's definitely the reason why I picked it up, you know, when I was younger, because it was a Fallout title. That was it. Can I equip my fists? Oh my god, dude. When did they change that? Well, I know when they changed it in Fallout 4. Not being able to switch to your fists by double tapping your quick your hotkey selection. So many stupid changes. Like, I remember when I first saw Fallout 4, I was beyond hyped up, dude. Like, I was amped. I had put so many hours into Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, it wasn't even funny. And finally, after all those years, we got Fallout 4, and I was hyped, especially because it was in Boston. And then, like, it's this pile of shit. Bro, I was pissed. I mean, I was legit mad as hell, dude. Like, Jack, absolute dog shit story. You know, retarded settlement building, annoying characters. I was just so upset, bro. No, not even a mention of like what the Capital Wasteland's been up to. Like, even just like a quick, oh yeah, dude, all that water, man, we've been getting from the Capital Wasteland, that's been crazy, bro, that's crazy. And the fucking Brotherhood of Steel comes back. Like, what? Bro, and they come back, like, completely different. Like, dude, let them die. Let them fucking die, dude. You don't need the Brotherhood for, like, a Fallout game.
Other side's chained up.
It's just, like, so bogus. Man. I enjoy this game for what it is, and that's like a Borderlands game. I look at Fallout 4 like a Borderlands game. I'm not gonna lie. Because that's what it is. It's a Borderlands game. And if you don't like that fact, you're wrong. I'm just letting you know you're wrong. Fallout 4 is not really a Fallout game, dude. Even Fallout 3 tried harder to be a Fallout game than Fallout 4. Fallout 4 is kind of like Bethesda dragging their nuts across our faces, saying what they can get away with. It's mad insulting, dude. And yeah, guess what? I guess they got me, dude. Yeah, that's enough of the police baton. That thing's not gonna cut it, dude. As you can see already, Scrounger is starting to pay off immediately. With all the ammunition that we're finding. I can't wait to find Vault 88 and sell all these tools. It's gonna be a lot of money in it. There we go. Puzzle solved. One thing that always bugged me is that those fusion cores look like they should be powering like a part of the building. But whenever you grab them, they just kind of like do nothing. Like nothing changes. You know what I mean? It feels like taking them should do more. But it doesn't. Rip Bozo. But he didn't even stand a chance right there. It's a pretty cool mural. I think this might be another thumbnail contender. Get that shit out of here, dude. Move. Alright. Hopefully those come out okay. Because for some reason I have trouble with screenshots in some games. It'll just screenshot like a black screen. I don't know what the hell's wrong with it, but it'll just do that. Rip Bozo. You know, one thing that bugs me, right? This isn't like, you know, New Vegas had the Ghost Town gunfight. Like, they could have very easily done something similar here, where you have these two factions, right? Having a beef about something, right? Fuck, they could be fighting about Mama Murphy or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Who cares? Could be anything. And you know, you get to come in and make a decision to like side with one of them, whichever one you like the best. But obviously, no, Fallout 4 is a game devoid of any choice, so here we are. Can't do that. It's a big no-no. Being an independent, you know, being an independent and free thinker is frowned upon in Bethesda. At least the game looks nice, you know. At least it's a pretty game. Pretty picture. They just spawned those guys in. They must have. That was easy. After we talk with Preston Garvey and liberate them, like, yeah, I'm just gonna leave them. I'm leaving them in here, dude. I'm dead serious. After I kill that Deathclaw, I'm never going back in this building. Not for a second. The only reason I'll ever come back into this building is to get Mama Murphy to Sanctuary so I can make her overdose. The fucking bitch. I really hate these characters so much. You have no idea. Like, I single-handedly saved these guys. Alright, watch this. I'm gonna react in a realistic way about this shit. Well, after I loot everything. Give me a second here, I gotta snag everything, because I really don't want to come back. Let's talk with these people real quick. Hey, Marcy.
Hey.
What a pleasant individual.
Mister.
How useful. Okay, Preston really wants to talk to me. I gotta put this gun away because I might accidentally pop him.
I'm just passing through. Fair enough. But the enemy of my enemy is my friend, right? And those raiders want us all to.
Yeah, I got my own problems, dude. Like what? Dude, my son's missing.
My son Sean's with you. It's not even a year old. That's my stuff.
Yeah, no shit.
Sorry.
No, you're not.
A month ago, there were 20 of us.
I don't care. My son's... What the fuck? Can I give him a dose of his own medicine? Like, oh yeah, like what, dude? Tough break, bro.
Tough break. You don't know the half of it. Anyway, I figured Concord would be a safe place to settle. Those raiders proved us wrong. But, well, we do have one idea. Better be a good one. Sturgis, tell me.
There's a crashed vertebrate up on the roof. Old school. Pre-war. Might have seen it.
Okay.
Well, looks like one of its passengers left behind a seriously sweet goodie. We're talking a full suit of cherry T-45 power. Military issue.
Yeah, why don't you do it? Why don't you do it?
That's some serious protection.
Oh, it gets better. Get the suit. We can rip the minigun right off the vertebrate.
Okay, why is it gonna be me? Why is it gonna be me? You got Preston Garvey over there, you got the fucking bum on the ground.
It's a suicide mission.
Look, new guy. Don't know what cave you're from.
New guy. I'm not part of your fucking...
To shake off the cobwebs and smell the cordite. We're all dead anyway.
Yeah, I'm not helping you. Mine's made up. Not doing it.
Probably has been for 100 years. It can be powered up again. But we're a bit stuck.
No, you're not, dude. I killed everybody. Everybody's dead. I'm out, dude.
The answer's no. Just like that, huh?
Yes, just like that.
Come this far, then condemn these poor people to die?
Dude, I took...
Alright. Have your way. Stay safe. Maybe at least one of us will survive this.
Is she not gonna die? You know what? I lied. I'm not helping them. I forgot about the fall damage. Well, you know what? I'm gonna end the episode here. We are done with Preston Garvey and his band of fucking idiots. I'm not helping him, dude. I got my own problems. Like what? Like what, motherfucker? My son, bro. If you don't want to help me, that's your problem, dude. Like he's on his own, big time. Oh wow.
Somebody up here!
All that for nothing. Don't even tell me that Deathclaw is still gonna pop out. There we go. Problem solved. Yeah. Can you stop fucking... Mad annoying with the pop-ups, dude. See if I can pick him off here real quick. Still need stim packs for this. Yeah, I'm out of here, dude. Good luck. Yeah, good luck with that, bro. I'm out. I think I'll grab that power armor after all. I really didn't think these goobers would actually spawn. But, you know, that's fine. I'll just grab the power armor and the minigun and, like, never come back. Preston's on his own, dude. Like, big time. this crap in here and bail out. Time to kill that Deathclaw. That's gonna be a real difficult issue. I will be perfectly honest. There is zero reason that they should have us kill a fucking Deathclaw right now at the beginning of the game. Like, they set the precedent that the game is going to be like piss easy after the fact. Like, having us kill a Deathclaw kind of takes the wind out of the sails of like that being a difficult encounter, you know what I mean? So where exactly is the Deathclaw? Oh, there we go. This is gonna be rough. That did nothing to it. You gotta love it. Oh, yep. Great. Now we can just cheese it, which is good. This thing's an absolute unit. I don't know what happened to the AI, but normally the Deathclaw is smart enough to realize it can't get in here. But I don't know what the hell's going on right now. Its AI must have really bugged out. And now guess what? I am never going back to Preston Garvey ever again. Bye-bye. And with that, that's gonna be the end of the video. I hope y'all enjoyed, and hopefully y'all are sleeping nice and sound by this point. But if you're still here, hope y'all enjoyed, and hopefully I'll catch you on the next episode.